He's on the record saying that he's willing to come to the backyard of Errol Spence in Dallas. He's saying he wants this fight. Kenny Porter indicating heavy. He wants this fight. This is the, honestly, I remember what Sean Porter said in the ring. When he says, oh, this is an easy fight to make. And when I remember how all of that went down when we really thought we were going to get it before. This time it feels a little bit different. I want to say I really believe that Sean Porter is genuinely ready for Errol Spence Jr. And it seems.
What's good? What's good? It's your man, Black Horseman. Shout out to the UGC. That's the underground community. Shout out to True Media. That's everybody that keeps it 100, staying true to who they are, and doing their part in this media, man. You know, big salute to everybody that's been riding this horse, man, with your boy. You know what I mean? Good little journey, man. Appreciate everybody that's been showing mad support. Y'all hit the like button as you come up in here doing an early bird live stream. Shout out to my brother from another right here on YouTube, Main Man Made Man. And great video he published, man. If y'all are not subscribed, go subscribe to Main Man Made Man right here on YouTube. And you know, this guy, man, he's a real boxing fan, you know, unbiased. He tells it like it is. I've stated this before. The first YouTube boxing channel that I actually started listening to, where I was just like, man, you know, I like this man's content. You know, like the way he breaks down fights and talks about just the sport in general. And he was the one that inspired me to start doing boxing talk. I was already doing different type of content, but I wasn't doing boxing until I started seeing him. And then, you know, went from there. So a big salute to Main Man Made Man. You know, always can come to his channel and get some real perspective from a real person. You know what I mean? So good morning, Boxing Monster. What's up, my brother? You know, so just you know, I'm doing my part, man, to promote the fight that I want to see. You know, that's what we got to do as boxing fans. We have to make enough noise about a particular fight until it actually manifests, man. You know, and the fight I'm talking about is Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. You know, Main Man actually gave a good breakdown about, you know, just assessing this whole fight taking place. He says he truly believes that Sean Porter is serious about wanting this fight with Errol Spence. I've said it, y'all know. I've been saying it that I believe Sean Porter is ready for that challenge, and I've been saying that Errol better not duck him. You know what I'm saying? This is a fight that he has been chasing. You know, he's been saying he's been trying to chase guys on his side of the street for so long. Here's your opportunity, man, to fight these guys. And when you were calling out Sean Porter, he didn't have a belt at that time. Now he has a belt. It's more meaningful at this particular time. You know, majority of people know now at this point, Manny Pacquiao is not interested in facing Errol Spence. You know, so it's really hashtag no excuses. You know, shout out to Main Man Made Man for putting that, for stating that in this video. And I agree with him 100%. Hashtag no excuses. There's no excuses for Errol to not take this fight at all, you know. And this is how I truly feel, man. I honestly feel like a win over Sean Porter solidifies Errol as the #1 welterweight. You know, I got an opportunity to watch another video from a guy. He calls himself Showbiz the Adult, right here on YouTube, so y'all can check his channel out as well. You know, I always try to be, you know, me. I ain't got no ego or selfish problem. You know what I mean? Like I can be humble enough to go listen to somebody else's perspective and hear what they got to say, learn from other people, and so Main Man Made Man, I always can listen to him and learn from him. Showbiz the Adult, I haven't been listening to him that long, but I like his energy. I like his presentation. I like the stuff that he says. And so I was listening to his video. He was actually breaking down Sean Porter, you know, possibly in training for Errol Spence. And he was making some key points. He was stating that, you know, when you looking at Sean Porter's resume, whether you're talking about win, lose, or draw, he has the best. You know what I'm saying? He's done the most at welterweight. He has the best resume. You know, um, you know, of course, Keith Thurman has beat him. Errol Spence has beat him. But what's up, Samuel, man? Good, salute to you, my brother. Salute to you. You know, when you look at what Errol Spence has done, this body of work, this guy, man, has done a tremendous job putting the welterweight division on his back, like Showbit is the adult was saying. And you gotta respect Sean Porter. You might not like his his personality, you might not like his style of fighting, you might not like the way he dressed or whatever the case, his hairstyle. But one thing you cannot take away from Sean is that he's willing to fight any and everybody, and he brings good fights, man. You know, Keith and Sean actually gave us one of the best fights we had seen in the welterweight division in a long time. You know, I believe that was in 2017. That was a great fight. It was back and forth action. We seen Sean get rocked in that fight. We seen him hurt Keith to the body. We seen him, put Keith under pressure that we had never seen before. You know, but Keith, you know, being the skilled boxer as he is, he found a way to get the win. But there was nothing that you can say bad. You know, it was nothing that you can take away from that fight to where you could just say, you know, Sean shouldn't be at the top level. Sean has been at the top level. He has stayed at the top level. Even losing to Kell Brook, you know, it was a tough scrap. It was a tough scrap. But it wasn't like you could say, oh, Sean shouldn't have been in there. Like Mikey, we can say, you know what, Mikey shouldn't have been in there. Sean, like, no, Sean was supposed to be in there. It's just that, you know, his opponent got the better of him. And only two people have done that, Keith and Kell. Can Errol be the third to best Sean? You know, we got to see. We got to see. But first things first, Errol got to take this fight. Errol has to take this fight. Hashtag no excuses. Hashtag no excuses. Chin Smoke, what's up, my brother? Thank you for coming through, man. Make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't. And everybody catching the playback, we want to hear from y'all too, man. But it's hashtag no excuses. It's go time. It's strap season. And man down if you can do it. You know, a lot of people out here saying that you know, Errol is gonna knock out Sean. I don't know about that. You know, he didn't get the knockout in his last fight versus Mikey. First time fighting at 147, coming up from 135, you know. And I just felt like Errol power might be a little overrated. You know, it's either one or two things. You know, either Mikey Chin is really great, or Errol's power is overrated, or the X Factor, Vada is the kryptonite. One of those three. You know what I'm saying? But if he's not knocking out Mikey, I don't really see him knocking out Sean. You know, I don't see him knocking out Sean. There's possibility Sean might hit the canvas, maybe, you know. But you know what, man? I want to talk a little bit about the keys to victory, you know, being that I'm talking about this fight. One thing about it, man, like people will just because I put heat on somebody don't mean that I don't like them. You understand what I'm saying? Like if Errol Spence wins, I'm going to give him all the credit in the world, you know, but I gotta give him this heat because I want to see this man be great. I want to see how great he is. His last three opponents is unacceptable to me, man. 3 tune-ups in a row, that's unacceptable. You know, that's unacceptable. You know, Lamont Peterson, come on now. That's a tune-up. Ocampo, yeah, they made that a mandatory. That's a tune-up. 1 round, come on. Mikey, that's a tune-up. It's time to step up your competition and let everybody know how good you are or how great you are, you know. But I'm not sleeping on Sean Porter, man. I'm not sleeping on Sean. Sean is way more battle tested than Errol. He is. Can't nobody debate that. Sean is way more battle tested than Errol. He got a better resume than Errol. You know, he's been in there with more top guys than Errol. You know, and he's a 2-time champion. 2-time champion. He had the belt that Errol had. Now he has a WBC. Now he wants to unify with Errol. This is a great fight for boxing. You know, the boxing fans need this fight. What's up, Charles D? Samuel Shaw. Yeah, man. You know, we need this fight, man, for the welterweight division. We got 4 champions, and it's time for these guys to start facing each other. especially the ones that's on the same side as the street. Same side of the street. These guys need to fight. There's no hashtag, no excuses. No excuses. You know? Um, Once again, I have not took my foot off the gas when it comes to pushing unifications and undisputed. I haven't. Other people have. Not me. I'm focused. I'm staying focused on the real goal, the real objective. Right, Chin Smoke. It's time to unify. It's time. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing else. Ain't nowhere else for you to go. I don't want to hear about Errol going up in weight to face Hurd, Canelo, or they got fights scheduled. Hurd got a tough fight versus versus Julian J. Rock. That's not going to be an easy task. Canelo has a tough task versus Danny Jacobs. That's a unification. How about get like them? They're unifying. It's time for you to do that. And it's more pressure on you because your catchphrase is strap season. It's time to get another strap. I would love to see Errol hold up 2 straps. Why am I the only one, in the small percentage that's pushing that? Are y'all really content with Errol just having that one lonely red IBF strap? That's it? When he got a money strap, the most respected strap in boxing, the WBC, right in front of him. Hashtag no excuses. This is about being great. You just got a good bag. You was on pay-per-view in your last fight. Now it's time to step up and unify in your division. It's time to prove that what you did to Mikey, you can do to a champion in your own weight class. In your own weight class. It's time to pick on somebody your own size. That's what it's time to do. And I've never once stated that Errol can't scrap. Never once said that. So y'all can miss me with the black hating on. If I was a hater, I'd be like, Errol weak. He can't scrap. He gonna lose to Mikey. Hell no. I gave Errol way more credit than that. I'm like, I don't know what y'all niggas seeing. And y'all know some of y'all in my chat. Some of y'all catching playback. Y'all know, like, hey, some of y'all really felt like Mikey was gonna win the fight. I never once thought that. I thought he was gonna get stopped. I was wrong in my prediction. I thought he was gonna get hurt, stopped. Thought he was gonna hit the floor. So he surprised me there. But the result was still the same. He lost. He lost the fight. You cannot go and find no footage on Black saying anything about Errol Spence can't fight, that he don't have skills. Try me. Try me. So this ain't no hate. I'm applying pressure because I want to see great fights. And I want to believe that Errol is a great fighter, but you got to prove that to me. You got to prove that to me. The fighters that I'm a fan of, fighters that I hold at a high regard, they've already proved it to me. They've already proved it to me. You know why Keith was held at such a high regard? Because he had already proved that to us. He proved that. Right now, he's in the win. He's the least talked about welterweight. He's the most irrelevant right now until he can prove that again. So I'm not focused on the Keith right now. Keith needs to focus on getting your whatever tune-up out of the way. I wish he didn't have to get another tune-up because, whatever. It is what it is. I'm staying focused. Spence and Porter right now. You know what I'm saying? What's more likely going to happen, Keith going to probably end up fighting Manny. You know what I would love to see happen? If Errol wants to stay on pay-per-view, fight Sean, right? You know how this shit can go back to Dallas? Put Keith and Manny as a co-main event. Nigga, how fire is that? How many of y'all would love to see a card? That's why I say, and PBC got to do better. Y'all owe us that shit, man. PBC owes us a great pay-per-view. Y'all gave us 2 shitty-ass pay-per-views, and I paid for them shits. I paid for them. I do not mind paying for pay-per-view, but give me a good card. Give me at least 2 great championship competitive fights. Right now, I believe Keith and Manny is very competitive because Keith is coming off a tune-up, a tough fight to Josito Lopez. Manny is he's up in age, you know, but I still think that he can make it competitive. So these are 2 guys in the same sanctioning body, but they're not on the level of goddamn what you call it, Errol and Sean. They're not making that kind of noise right now. Sean is red hot coming off a win, off beating Danny and defending it against Ugas. You know, very controversial decision, but he got it. You know, it is what it is. I felt Ugas won the fight, but it ain't. I gotta deal with present. I can't. We gotta move on. You know, if he might get exposed against Errol Spence, we gotta see. You know, because I didn't think he outboxed Ugas, but maybe Errol could just go in there and box Sean. Be like, you know what, karma. Samuel says Manny ain't fighting no co-main event. I mean, you know. I don't even know what their numbers did, AB and Manny, but I think you need to go ahead and do that. That way, the winners can fight each other next. This is how you can build and promote the next unification. 3 belts. I saw an interview where Keith was talking about that. Like, he basically wanted to be where once he fights Errol, he wants 3 belts to be on the line. Okay, cool. How about you be on Errol's undercard? How about that? You know? And I know how Keith feel about the pay-per-views and he want to be on free TV, whatever, man. But this is bigger than just what you want to do. This is for the fans, man. This is for PBC. This is for your side of the street. This is for a great event. I would love that. That's probably not gonna happen. But I feel like either way, if Errol and Sean is on pay-per-view, I'll still pay for it. Because I want to see it. This is something that's what I want to pay for. Unification is undisputed. That's pay-per-view viewership for me. I'll pay my money for that. Not to see Errol fight another tune-up or another little guy coming up, you know, or to see Deontay Wilder fight Brazil or some shit, you know, or Klitschko. No, sir. No. Sorry. Unify. How about figure it out with Joshua? You know, you turning down big bags for your loyalty, you know. But you talking all this loyalty shit. We'll see how loyal them niggas is. People around you are when you go broke. You're gonna learn a hard lesson about loyalty. We'll see how loyal they are when you lose. And I'm not wishing that on him, but you just never know. You just never know. This shit could backfire on him. He get in there with goddamn Brazil. Brazil land a lucky punch. You're gonna learn a hard lesson about loyalty. You know? But man, if they, you know, getting back focused, man. Errol Spence, Sean Porter. Let me just get my little keys to victory, man, on this, man. Let me start with Errol Spence, man. I think Errol Spence needs to apply a similar game plan that he used against Mikey. But you know what? He's going to have to go to the body on Sean. He's going to have to slow Sean down. Sean faded in the Ugas fight. And that's because Ugas was going down to the body. You know, once he got like to that, you know, 8th round, Sean was he was slowing down. You know, he was fatigued. He was getting sloppy. You know, falling all over the canvas and shit. You know, that hit that he got, that punch that landed on the back of the head. You know, a lot of people don't feel like that was a knockdown. Some people say it was a knockdown. Either way, he shouldn't even hit the canvas. You know what it told me? He was tired. He was fatigued. You know, when you on fresh legs like that, you're not falling all over. He fell. That wasn't the only time he hit the canvas. Like he fell down like 3 times in that fight. You know, like, why are you on the ground, fam? You know, so I don't know if it was the extra weight, you know, But that's the thing about it. It looks like Sean is struggling to make 147 now. I think that Sean is going to try to come in heavy because I don't think that Errol is going to be doing the bullying in that fight. I don't think Errol will be the bully. I believe Sean was going to try to bully. If any fight, I would encourage Sean to get in that goddamn Tecmo Bowl, hut up the middle type shit. This fight right here is to do it. This is the one to do it. Get in motherfucking Errol's chest, bruh. Test this nigga. See what kind of punch this nigga really got. Smother that nigga's work. Rough him up. He got to rough Errol up. Errol was fighting a real cute fight last fight. He boxed good. I'm not shitting on him, but it was one of them fights to where like kind of remind me of like just a pure boxer. So he showed us he can box, but it was like one of them fights to where he didn't want to be in a rough, dirty fight. So you gotta make Errol uncomfortable. Disrupt this nigga's timing. Head movement. You're gonna need head movement. Errol has a good jab. Very good jab. Well, at least he showed a good jab in his last fight. And that's why I say it's gonna be different because Sean is not as short as Mikey. He has longer arms than Mikey. He weighs more than Mikey. He's stronger, he's quicker. So this is going to be a whole different look for Errol. But if I'm Sean, man, I'm in Errol's face the whole fight. You don't want to be on the outside versus Errol. That's not where you want to be, Sean. You don't want to be on the outside. You want to actually use pressure Errol. Make Errol move more than he ever has moved. Make him throw punches, make him miss, make him pay. Rough his ass up. Errol wants to make it a very pretty fight and be very technical, fight behind the jab, and he's not going to really engage. I don't see Errol really just engaging with Sean. I see Sean going right at Errol, going right at him. You know what I'm saying? The same way he fought Keith, he need to fight Spence the same way. He need to fight Spence the same way. Rough him up. Hit him everywhere, man. Hit him on the side of the head. Hit him with straights. Hit him with hooks. Go down to the body. Uppies. If you're trying to get his shit off, tie him up. Do not allow this man to be comfortable. Do not allow him to relax. Make sure that this man is breathing hard by the mid rounds. This nigga need to be looking comfortable. He need to have a knot on his head, busted lip, bloody nose, something. You got to dog Errol. That's my keys to victory for Sean Porter. Dog Errol. Keep him on his back foot. Do not give him no kind of space. Stay in his face. Stay in his chest. Hit him everywhere. Keep it clean. Hit him everywhere, though. Back him to the corner. If you try to get out of it, nigga, use your size, use your leg strength, push that nigga back in the corner. Wear that nigga out. Don't even let him get no leverage on his shots, bruh. And I think that Sean will have a great chance to win in this fight by dogging Errol. A lot of people might think Errol gonna go in there and dog Sean. I don't see that. I think Sean can dog Errol if he can be smart. He gonna need head movement though. Mikey did not have that. Mikey face was just getting popped left and right with the jab. And that set up everything else. So Sean need to work on his defense, the head movement, and he needs to just make it the most roughest, toughest fight Errol has ever seen. This is the time to let your football skills loose, man. Show this nigga what it's like on that football field, but do that shit in the ring. Keep it clean though. Let me see what y'all talking about before I do the Errol. Charles D says, and they don't have roadblocks. Them fights can be made. This hashtag no excuses. Charles D said, I want to see one whole 4 straps. See, I'm glad I got somebody that agree with me. At least we got some people that actually still want to see an undisputed champion. You understand me? Salmon Shaw says Manny ain't fighting no Coleman. Yeah. Unbiased says his jab get lazy at points. Sean can counter him. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, make Errol throw so many jabs to the point where he start getting tired of throwing the jab. Then you could just, you know, rough his ass up. Because Errol relies on the jab. He relies on the jab. So it's going to be hard to hit a moving target. Somebody who's fainting, who's in and out, you know. But like I say, Sean don't need to stay on the outside with Errol. That's the wrong game plan. Get in his face. Get in his chest, rough him up. Tecmo Bowl, Blue 22, hut, on his ass. Like John Madden. He'll remember that tomorrow. You need to hear John Madden after that motherfucking fight. Unbiased says Sean need to back Spence up and make him respect him. Yeah, that's the game plan. Keep Errol backing up. And if that nigga get to the corner, keep him there. Don't allow this nigga to get out of the corner, bro. Just keep him there. Beat his ass up. Like, rough him up. Body, uppies, hooks, straights, everything. Do not allow this nigga to get no space. What's up, Jalik? Samuel Shaw says the person to make Errol uncomfortable would be Sean Porter. Errol can't fight going backwards, and he doesn't like to be on the ropes. I mean, he can fight going backwards. He did that against Mikey. But this is not Mikey. That's all I'm saying. Sean is a little bit more strategic with getting in on the inside. He did it very well with Keith. That same game plan. This is the time to do that. You know, he didn't do it with Ugas. He didn't really do it with Danny. You need to do this shit with Errol, though. I don't never normally encourage that style for Sean Porter. But this is the one to do it, though. You got to really, really test this nigga Errol. Because one thing I didn't like, or one thing that I noticed was that, you know what? Errol was making the fight a little too pretty. It was too pretty for me. You know what I mean? Not too pretty for me because I like boxing. So it was beautiful. But I'm saying is that what if he was in there with a dog, like a nigga that was just really had head movement, you know, like they Tyson head movement and coming in, just nigga just roughing him up, like coming at him full speed, just aggressive. Mikey wasn't coming in aggressive. Sean fights aggressive. The last few fights, he really hadn't been doing that, but he needed to unleash that shit in this fight. And that's going to give him the best chance to win. If he tries to outbox Errol, he's going to lose. You're not going to outpoint Errol on outside, Sean. You're not. I don't see him winning on the outside. I'll be shocked if Sean can go in there and just outbox Errol. I think Sean can dog Errol. Rough him up, bruh. Just do what you do. Yeah, there might be a few headbutts here and there, but, you know, that's not the intent. But when you trying to, you know, work your way on the inside and the other guy is like, damn, he's trying to get out of the way. Sometimes the heads will collide. By the fourth round, Errol need to have a knot, a swollen eye, a busted lip, bloody nose, cut, something. Errol needs to know he's in a fight. This ain't just no cute boxing match. No, nigga, you in a dog fight. What up? What's blazing? Jalik the leader says, Black, you think an Errol win over Porter make him the best welterweight or have the best what? No, I think it will make him the number one. It will make him the number one because he's unified. Let's just be honest, because he'll be unified, right? He'll have the WBC and the IBF and a victory over Sean. And you know what? Keith gonna have to come see him if he want that number one spot back. Yeah, absolutely. I think he'll be number one. Absolutely. Sean is not no pushover, dog. I respect Sean as a champion. Sean has been in there with the best in the division. He has. Errol has not. But if he beats Sean, nigga, hey, you beat one of the top guys in the division. You beat another champion. You know? I mean, y'all gotta check Sean's resume. Sean has been in there. So this is a fight Errol needs. to solidify himself as the top guy. All of this is going to uh pull it's going to pull Ponytail Keith out of his comfort zone. Either that or it's going to send that nigga back to Tibet. Get him out of here. If you are not going to step up and get your belt back that you say because he wants that WBC belt back. If you don't want that belt back, get the fuck out of the division. You know? Get up out of here. But this is why, look, once Arrow, if Arrow can beat Sean, he gets this strap, nigga, all the heat is off Arrow. This is what I want him to do. I want him to live up to his own words. Strap season. Let's get it. This ain't about no hate on Arrow. I don't hate Arrow. I'm putting pressure because I want to see how great he is. You got to prove that shit to me. So I want to see if the hype is real. You can't call yourself the number one welterweight because you on pay-per-view. That don't convince me. That don't convince me. How about beat another top dog in your division? Jarrett Hurd is the number one super welterweight. He's beat the top dogs in his division. He's unified. You are justified when you say shit like that after you beat another top champion. So hell yeah, this nigga will be the number one welterweight in my eyes once he beats Sean. Just don't duck him, Arrow. Don't duck him. You don't want to do that. Ain't gonna be good for you. Trust me when I tell you, don't duck Sean. Believe me, that is not gonna be good for you. I don't want to see nobody else next but Sean. It's no hashtag, no excuses. Same side of the street, both under Al Heyman, PBC. You stated he's the easy road. Let's go Easy Road Promotions. Go ahead and get that easy belt so you can be easily named the number one welterweight. You won't hear nothing else from me. As far as, oh, he ain't unproven. No, you beat Sean, you proved it to me. You the number one. And guess what? Keith and Bud gonna have to see you to change that. To change that in my mind. Yeah, I like Bud, and I think Bud still has the skills to beat all of them, but that's just me thinking. That's what I think gonna happen. But it's all about accomplishments. Who have you beat? I can say, people can say, oh, Terrence Crawford's the number one welterweight. Yeah, that's our opinion. You know, I feel like in my mind, Bud is the best. But based off what he's accomplished, he's not the number one welterweight. He's not. As far as what he's done in the welterweight division, he's number one pound for pound in my book. But you just got there and you got to get these fights. So the only way we're going to see that for sure, Errol got to take care of Sean. If he gets past Sean, he's going to force Keith to fight him. Guess what, man? You got 3 straps. You know, only thing left to do is take that smoke and go get that bud. Take that smoke and go get that bud. And the shit going to be fire. We all going to be high off that. We all going to be high off that. Everybody know what happens when smoke and bud come together. We all high. Let me see. Jalik the leader says Errol going to stop Porter within 11. We got to see it. Got to see it. I'm about to give it. Let me just get some more comments and I'm going to give his keys. Unbiased says Errol ain't stopped Little Mikey. He definitely ain't stopping no Sean Porter. Yeah, I don't think he'll stop him. Jalik the leader says Samuel TKO win. TKO win, Kenny or the ref going to stop it. So you think it's just going to be a stoppage? Samuel Shaw says, Jalik, you back to smoking on that killer? He bought some Costa Rican weed from vacation and shit. Jalik the leader says Porter and Errol both making weight issues. Okay, as long as they both make weight, you know, even Steven, you know. Jalik the leader says over Bud, wow, pound for pound and the best welterweight. This is what I'm saying, bro. In my opinion, I think that Bud will beat all of them, but I have to give Errol that crown as the number one welterweight, just like for instance, right now, I still have to give Keith, off what he's accomplished, the number one status as far as like he's accomplished the most, but he's irrelevant right now. He's not fighting top competition. He's not unified no more. When he unified, he became solidified. Like, nigga, I'm number one. How else you gonna, how can you debate that? I'm lord over two sanctioning bodies. If Spence beats Sean, he's lord over two sanctioning bodies, IBF and WBC. And that's going to force Keith to have to see him. That's going to force another big mega fight. Errol and Keith. That was the fight the big fight we was talking about initially. Remember when Errol was calling out Keith before he was even a contender? He was like a prospect calling out Keith, and we was, that fight has been built up for a long time. People been talking about that fight happening. Of course, with this injury and this long layoff and shit, it lost some heat, some steam or whatever. But still, everybody, that's the fight that really we were supposed to see in the first place. Keith versus Spence. Niggas done forgot about that. So if he beats Sean, we're going to get Keith versus Spence. Like, come on. This is what it's supposed to be about. And whoever wins out of that, get to fight Bud. And if it's Errol, cool. Let's get it. And if Errol beats Bud, nigga, you is the king. What the fuck? Top pound for pound. You beat the number one pound for pound, and you the king of the welterweight division. How? It don't get no better than that. Don't get no better than that. Can't nobody say shit about you then. And if I'm saying some shit bad about him at that time, then you nigga can say Black is a hater. As of right now, shut the shit up, nigga. I'm trying to see this nigga really fight some real competition. No more tune-ups, Spence. Like I said, I'm focused. I'm focused on the prize, man. The prize is who is the best at welterweight, undisputed. But we got to get these unifications out the way. What don't y'all get about that? So without a doubt, if Errol beats Sean, he's the number one welterweight to me. Until Keith or Bud can change that. I'll promote that all day long. No, I don't have the most subs, but y'all know, nigga, I can put out some shit and it's gonna reach who it need to reach. Niggas gonna pay attention. Niggas gonna know, oh, what Black talking about. They know what it is. Because I'm a real one. Unbiased says, Errol box good versus Mikey, but still major flaws. You can tell he's not comfortable on the back foot, but can fight on the back foot. I agree. That's why I said Sean need to back his ass up. He need to back his ass up. So you see what I see, Unbiased. I see some things that that it could be exploited if somebody is effectively applying pressure aggressively. And Sean is a guy that can do that. Stylistically, it might be a bad matchup for Spence, but it's a good test to see adjustments. That's another question mark I've had about Spence. Adjustments. Can you make adjustments when your opponent is having some success with his game plan? We're going to find out. No excuses, Earl. Don't duck. Unbiased says, Black going to have 1,000 videos on Spence if he duck Porter. I wouldn't blame him either. Minimum 1,000. Minimum. Okay? Have that same energy. You know, a lot of channels out here, a lot of fanboys like to just be biased and flame everybody else when they ducking. Okay? But don't give your favorite fighter a pass if he ducking. There's really no excuses. No excuses, y'all. Please tell me, anybody in the chat, in my comments, in Once Catch and Playback, what excuse can you give for this fight to not happen right now? What excuse? I want to hear a good logical explanation as to why this fight can't happen. Sean says he's ready. You know what you have to do? If you're the opponent, you got to call the nigga bluff. You got to say, okay, Let's go. Let's go. That was my main issue with I mean, that's jumping off topic. That was just my main issue with Errol. I didn't see the energy from him to where it's just like, okay, let's go. Crawford, if you really want to fight me, let's go then. So that was my only thing. Like, I was just like, damn, you ain't got that same energy like you had with Keith, Sean, and Danny. So Porter, look for real. This should look for real. He's on record in multiple interviews stating that they're like, well, what other opponent are you looking for? They're like, no, there is no other opponent. It's Errol. So what I want to hear from Errol, there is no opponent, no other opponent. It's Sean. Errol already tried to throw another fighter before a unification, which bothered me. I'm like, come on, strap season. This ain't it. This ain't it right here. That's why I'm flaming him. Black don't just do this shit for no reason out of hating views and shit. That's stupid. I'm holding you to the truth. Errol, the truth. Truth be told, you said you strap season and you free smoke, and this is the nigga you've been chasing. Therefore, he's available. He got a strap. It's the season. It's right now. It's no excuses. Jalik says Errol versus Porter next, no doubt. IMO, what's up, man? It says it's not Crawford's fault. All them cowards don't want to fight him. You're right. It ain't his fault. But the reality of it is, IMO, we gotta just wait. So, but we'll get it a lot sooner if they get it on the road right now. They get this shit moving. This will speed the shit up. If Errol and Sean fight next, I truly believe Keith is gonna be like, okay, because you know why? Keith said it out of his mouth. He want 3 belts to be on the line when he faces Errol. This is what he said. If he does not step up after this, if Errol is successful against Sean, if he steps up and don't duck, if he's successful against Sean, Keith has to own up to what he said. Okay? So, keep the same energy all the way around the board. I'm keeping the same energy on all of these dudes, all of them. So, any of these niggas can get flamed. I'm not giving smoke to Sean. Sean ready to fight. This is what we want to hear. It's like, let's go, Sean. Okay. I see you, Sean. I fucks with you, Sean, for that. Let's go, man. Unification. You're right. Keep still 1 foot in, 1 foot out on the bleachers halfway and shit. So fuck what Keith doing. Fuck that nigga. This is the hottest nigga right now. This is the nigga that's supposed to be that think he the best in the division. Sean know if I beat Errol, I'm the best in the division. Hands down. With the best resume. We got to say the same thing about Sean. If Sean beats Errol, he's number 1. Keith and Bud got to come see him. I'm not gonna rank a guy with 1 strap over a guy with 2. You reign supreme over 2 sanctioning bodies. Until the other fighters step up and change that, I gotta stick with that. Errol will be number 1 if he beats Sean Porter. Hands down. It's on record. March 27, 2019. On live stream. I'm letting it be known. That's where I stand on that. I'll have to give him all the credit and say he's number 1 and put heat on Keith because, once again, we got to deal with this same side of the street shit. We got to flame the hell out of Keith once again. Right? Force his ass up in there. Hopefully we won't have to do that because, like I said, according to his own words, he wants to face Spence with 3 belts on the line. So, hashtag no excuses. That's going to be the revolving theme. Shout out to Main Man Made Man. I'm glad he said that in this video because that's an official theme for 2019 in the welterweight division. Hashtag no excuses, especially when we talking about the PBC. No excuses, man. No more excuses. Errol fight Sean. The winner fights Keith. And then after that, hashtag no excuses. Time for Undisputed. What's blazing this? Oh, Jalik says Thurman going to retire this year. I got a feeling one more fight. Man, look, whatever. Right, fight or go or go. I don't even care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is bigger than just one fighter. You feel me? Like, if this was on some fanboy shit, like niggas are getting their feelings off one guy leaving the division. Look, if you're gonna leave, leave. Vacate, get out of the way. You holding up the undisputed. Just stay focused. You know, if he retire, he'll get flamed. Go be a commentator, you know, go get your hair braided and get out the way. Get out the way if you ain't gonna fight. Jalik says Bud wins at welterweight, Benavidez, Jeff Horn, Amir Khan. Earl wins, Brooke Porter. I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but still, you're not gonna rank. That could be your opinion. Like, I'm not saying that I don't think Crawford can't beat all of them guys. I think Crawford can beat all of those guys, but he gets that title. Just like, for instance, Keith Thurman, right? When he was unified, he was considered number one welterweight. But a lot of people feel like Errol will beat his ass. Right? A lot of people feel like, nah, Errol is the best, though. That doesn't make him the number one welterweight. Number one is off your accomplishments. It's about your accomplishments. I hear what you're saying, but Porter is a very significant win, Jalik. Porter is not no pushover, bruh. Look at his resume, fam. Look at Sean Porter's resume. That's how Keith elevated. You know, he was already a WBA champion, but when he beat Sean, people was like, oh shit. People thought he was gonna lose to Sean. They thought he was gonna get his ass beat. He won. Then he took care of Danny. Some people thought Danny was gonna beat him. He won. You know, so this will be two fights, tough fights that Errol would have overcome. Kell Brook. Some people thought he was, the best in the division at that time. Even though, I mean, he was coming off an injury. Let's just keep it 100. He shouldn't have went up, but it was still a tough fight for him. He got the win. This will be another big test, another champion. Okay, so I get what you're saying, Jalik, but you're talking about Amir Khan and Benavidez. Amir Khan and Benavidez are not champions. Jeff Horn is the champ. So that's the point that you can give Bud is the Jeff Horn. That's a real legitimate point. It's a championship. We use that for initial C. He get a C point for that. Jeff Horn. Benavidez and Amir Khan, he get a D point. That's called a defense. That's just a defense, fam. I'm not saying these guys ain't good. Amir Khan is undefeated at welterweight. Benavidez was undefeated at welterweight when Bud fought him. Okay? Matter of fact, all of those guys are undefeated. So I'm not saying that Bud is not the best skilled, not the number one pound for pound. Like, Errol becoming unified, I can't say that makes him number one pound for pound. You see what I'm saying? Because Bud has done it in multiple weight classes. He's undisputed at 140 and he's a champ at 147. But he's going to be in that conversation because he's unified and because he's got a lot of fans and fanboys and hype and shit. So I still won't say number one pound for pound, but I got to give him the number one spot at welterweight over Bud. When you talk about pound for pound, you're talking about what you've done overall in your career. If you're looking at what he's done overall in his career, no. Comparing him to Bud, no. Stop it. Stop it. Because Bud has already been unified. He's already been undisputed. So it's not something that Bud has held more straps than all of these champions in the welterweight division combined. Think about it. Think about it. When you're talking about Sean, Keith, or Errol, he's held more straps than all of those guys combined collectively in his career. So it's not even fair to compare that. I'm just talking about in this particular division, present day. Sean is a legitimate champion, a legitimate welterweight, a guy who's always been tough at the top. Ain't nobody just went in there and washed Sean. Never. We'll read a few more, then I'm gonna do Errol Spence keys to victory. Julie says, I think Bud going to fight Ugas next, who just beat Porter. So he says Porter confidence ain't high. He just lost. I mean, Sean, if Sean Porter confidence wasn't high, why would he be going after Errol? That don't even make sense. Chin Smoke says Errol and Sean verbally agreed to fight. Errol and Sean verbally agreed to fight if Errol and Manny couldn't make the fight happen. Let's see if that will happen. Usually the leader says Black is Porter better than Jeff Horn. Yes, I think he is. I think he is. Do you think Sean Porter will lose to Manny Pacquiao? What's up, Lawrence Williams? What's good? So on that note, let me give Errol Spence keys to victory, man. Errol Spence versus Sean Porter. He's going to have to definitely control the distance, man. The space between him and Sean. You do not want to allow Sean to get in on the inside. He don't want to do that. I don't think that he's going to underestimate Sean's strength. He shouldn't, because I think Sean is strong, as strong as Spence, if not stronger. I think his leg strength is probably his best strength. Sean, that is. And this nigga, I mean, that's that football shit. You know what I'm saying? Nigga getting that 3-point stance and just blast out of there and just, run a nigga over. He got that running back power. You know what I mean? Run you over. But he run you over with punches. So I think Errol is going to have to definitely use a lot of angles, movement. Keep his guards up. You can't, jab, but know when to throw your combinations, know when to let your hands go. Know when to tie Sean up. Like, I think Errol's a strong guy as well. He gonna have to fucking do some holding shit. Hold this nigga. Don't let Sean get off. If you get cornered, because Sean is good at cutting off the ring. If Sean cuts off the ring on you and get you cornered, hold this nigga, man. Hold him, turn him, get back to the middle of the ring. Or hold him, let the ref break you, and get back to the middle of the ring. Control the tempo. Do not fight Sean's fight. If he fights Sean's fight, he will lose. You will lose, Spence. Do not fight Sean's fight. Fight your fight. I think he needs to fight a similar game plan to Mikey. However, he needs to be prepared for a more physical, more faster, more aggressive, stronger guy. You know what I'm saying? And Errol Spence is going to have to, whatever happened with this last shit, I don't know if it was VOD or whatever, get your strength game up. Your power need to be firing, fam. Like when he throw that straight left down, like I think he should control him with the jab. He control him with the jab, keep the space. But when Sean get in close, fire that straight left, nigga. And you better have some, heat on that motherfucker. Nigga. Baseball speed, fastball, strike. You know what I'm saying? Like right down the middle. You know what I mean? Make sure that shit is landing clean. And then that's like it's gonna be rough. Like I think it's gonna be more difficult for Errol to get to Sean's body as it was for him to get to Mikey's. It's gonna be difficult, man. And that's gonna be a problem because if he can't get to Sean's body, the nigga is gonna be on a full tank damn near the whole fight. You know what I mean? But some people can break people down, systematically break people down. I think he can do that with Sean, like get Sean frustrated, hook off the jab, jab him, hook off the jab, and then, the straight left to the body. I wouldn't do the hooks. I don't think he's going to be able to really hook to the body, like dig like that. But like the straight lefts, like the jabs to the body or the straight left to the, not the jab, because, it's orthodox in the southpaw, but that straight left to the body, I think will be there. But you got to that got to be his most effective punch, that straight left to the body. You want to make Sean back up. Hit Sean with enough shit to where it's just like he backing up now, because Sean gonna want to come forward. Sean gonna want to be the one applying all the pressure to where the judge is gonna be like, damn, this nigga was roughing Errol up. He was controlling the action. He was smothering Errol's work. He was what I'm saying, dogging him. Errol had fucking black eye, cut, everything. You know what I mean? You want to make it to where the judge is looking like, damn, this nigga getting fucked up, But make it to where when Sean is trying to come in with that wild shit and he starts to load up, nigga, take a little slight step back, fire that straight left to the body, and then just, what I'm saying, roll to the right. You know what I'm saying? Fire that straight left. Keep that jab, that right hand up, firing that jab. Hook if you have to. That might be a combination. Straight left, right hook up top. Straight up to the body, right hook up top. Mix it up. I think the straight left is going to be there because Sean might come on a straight line. Sean do that a lot. Sean does come in a straight line. So, get that nigga different angles, man. I think he should definitely roll to Sean's left. Like, Paul with the jab, and keep rolling. Earl need to just keep rolling to the right. Keep turning him. Don't stand right in front of Sean. Don't stand right in front of Sean. I don't think that's going to serve Earl good, But jab him straight up to the body, hooks up top. I wouldn't get in the inside and try to just dig hooks to the body. I don't think that's going to really work for Earl in this fight, So he could still make it a very easy fight if he's effective with the distance and letting some smoke go when Sean get close. Like I remember when Floyd fought Manny, and Manny was trying to come in with that aggressive shit. In that first round, Floyd hit that nigga with a straight right down the middle. Like, yeah, just in case you trying to come in here with that shit, I got something hot for you. So you got to show Sean you got something hot for him coming down the middle. If you trying to come down like that, you know what I mean? So I think that's going to be effective game plan for Sean. For Errol. Like, he just got to do what he did in the Mikey fight, but he going to have to, like, nigga, like I said, that shit just worried me when he landed 350 plus punches and he never really hurt Mikey. He never dropped him, none of that. And he needs to go just fire that straight left to the body a lot more. Go to Sean's body, because Sean gonna be heavy. I wouldn't even try to come in heavier than Sean. Like, just work on speed. Of course, have that power there. Especially in that left hand. Like, have that power there, but your conditioning got to be A1. Like, he got to be in the best shape of his life, nigga. Fuck the burgers, Errol. Them burgers ain't gonna get it done for this training camp. No, sir. You might have to be on a very, very strict diet again, like you was with Mikey. You're gonna have to I don't know, man. Get some green, some goddamn spinach, some damn salads and whatever. You feel me? But leave that heavy shit alone. You know what I mean? Leave the heavy shit alone. Get a lot of protein. Have your fucking conditioning A1. Because I think Sean's gonna be coming blazing. He gonna come blazing, So I think it's gonna be a great fight, man. If Spence takes this fight, which I hope he will, because he don't want me to flame him out here. Trust me. I would make a tribute of videos to this nigga for being one of the biggest duckers of 2019. It's time to unify. Hashtag no excuses. Hashtag strap season. And if you beat Sean, you are number one welterweight in my book. You're number one welterweight. Keith's going to have to come take that away from you. But after, Bud's going to have to just, I guess, wait, because, these PBC niggas is not trying to fight him. They're not trying to fight him until all those 3 belts is unified to one guy. And then we go from there. Jalik says, how Porter going to beat Errol and couldn't beat Ugas? I just told you. Maybe you came in late. That's my keys to victory. I think that if he just roughs him up. If he makes it if it's an ugly fight, I think Sean has a good chance to win. If it's a very technical, outside kind of a fight, then that's Errol. If Errol can control the distance and Sean is having problems getting his shots off on the inside, Errol's gonna win. I think it'll be an easy fight for Errol. But if Sean is able to back back Errol up majority of the fight, like, because I don't really think Errol needs to be really backing up. He just needs to kind of like, keep it in the middle of the ring, kind of like how Marquez used to fight. Marquez never really used to back up. He used to just kind of like control the distance with his jab. Never really threw it, but just kind of like, I mean, he would throw the jab, but he would use it more as a range finder. Like, yeah, just like keep it in the middle, circle the nigga. Like, just keep moving. Earl need to keep moving to his right. Make Sean have to sell out and try to land something, get him frustrated and just keep firing that straight left down the middle, upstairs and downstairs, and then start hooking, because Sean likes to throw them left hooks, and he can fucking counter. Earl can counter with his right hook over over the low guard of Sean. So there's many ways that Errol can win this fight, and I see a way that Sean can win this fight. It just depends on whose game plan is going to be very effective, because I ain't seen both of these guys fight. We know Errol can box. I think as far as overall boxing ability, I got to say maybe Errol. Because, but if it's on the outside, but we've seen guys who are really the better boxers get pulled into a damn dogfight. Madonna, Floyd Mayweather. Okay, like, so that's what I say. Sean Porter got to get on his Madonna shit. He gonna have to Madonna Spence, man, for real. Jalik says, I hope Porter puts up a good fight. Charles D says that bully shit benefits Spence. I don't think so in this fight, man. I don't think Spence is gonna be bullying Sean. I don't think that's the right game plan. I think he should just be smart. I'm telling you, I think the same way he fought Mikey, but he's gonna have to be a little sharper, and he's gonna have to definitely get that power up to par. I don't know what happened to the power. I don't know what he need to do, but that straight left gonna have to be that money. That's gonna be the money punch. Straight up to the body, break Sean down. Sean can be Sean fades. He can fade in the later rounds. And usually he's on a full tank, but Ugas broke him down. He was going to the body. Errol's gonna definitely have to go to the body, but not with the hooks though. I think the keep the space and fire that straight left downstairs. You know what I'm saying? While blocking something up, coming back with the right hand. He just, if he do that, man, I think that he'll be able to control Sean, matador his ass easy, But Sean, gonna have to have head movement, man. He gonna have to really like feint his way in, really disrupt the timing and rhythm of Spence. Otherwise, it's gonna be just gonna be a long night for him. So, when I think about it, it's a possibility Errol could stop Sean. Possibility. I don't see Sean stopping Errol. I can see him roughing up Errol, where Errol is just looking fucked up and beat up. If he apply his game plan the right way. But I don't see but I can definitely see Errol if he's having like complete success and I don't know, go back to get his power up to par. I think that if with Sean Porter coming in aggressive, he can catch him. I feel like he can catch him, But my prediction is that it's gonna go the distance. I think it is gonna go the distance. Charles D says, yeah, catch Porter coming in. Trav says, I want headbutts and dirty elbows in Porter. I mean, hey, that's the game plan, is to make it a very rough, dirty. I'm telling you, he got to do a Madonna shit, man. Just don't bite his finger through the glove and shit like Madonna did Floyd. Nigga screamed and shit. Ref, he bit me. Ref like, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Bite him back. But I think that yeah, that's the game plan. Like, make it a rough fight, man. Make it dirty. Like, I'm not encouraging Sean to do nothing intentional, like low blows or headbutts, but make it just like a street fight, man. You know, because I think that I don't think Errol's like, yeah, you can say he a bully when he fighting. You know what I'm saying? Guys that don't need to be in there with him. You know what I mean? I mean, he didn't even bully Mikey. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the bully shit. You know, I don't think that Errol is going to be really walking down Sean. I think it's going to kind of be the other way around. But I think Errol is going to counter. Errol is going to be, and that's another thing that Errol could do that's going to benefit him. Counter punch. Just be looking to counter because Sean make a lot of mistakes. Sean makes a lot of mistakes. He takes a lot of risk and he makes a lot of mistakes. And when he does make those mistakes, you got to be ready, man. You got to counter the hell out of his ass. That's why I feel like he can counter with that straight left. It'll be there. That straight left going to be there. You know, Sean coming there and, you know, all aggressive with that, you know, that ugly face and shit. Hit him right there. Hit him right in the ugly face, man. You know, make that nigga reset and just, you know, stay on the outside. Bias says Errol fight dirty sometimes. Errol low blows and hold your head down and hit you, pushes you after a combination. So, I mean, it might end up being a kind of a dirty fight, you know, on both sides. Might be some headbutts. It might be some, you know, some elbows and some low, you know, it might be rough. It might be rough, man, but it might just because of the styles. And then we got, you know, we got a southpaw and orthodox, so it might be some head clashes. So it may not even be an intentional dirty fight. It might just end up being like that because of the game plans and the style. Sean, you know, meshing with Errol, you know, and Errol ain't been in there with somebody like Sean. He ain't, you know, and I can't say that, you know, I don't really think that this is going to be something that really Sean hasn't seen that's going to be really just like, man, I ain't never seen nothing like this before. I just think that it's just going to be difficult for him to execute his game plan throughout the duration of the fight. You know, then he's fighting a southpaw. So it's like, I think the last southpaw he fought was what, Devin Alexander or something? So, you know, the awkwardness, you know, just trying to adjust to the southpaw, and then Errol being such a good boxer and the southpaw, it could be a world of problems for Sean, you know. But and then it's gonna come down to the corners too, you know. Derek James, Kenny Porter, who else? I think I know Sean be working with that other trainer too. Can't think his name. So it's gonna be about the game plan, man. It's gonna really come down to it because they both tremendous fighters. So I actually feel like it could go either way. But if I had to guess, man, I got to give a slight edge to Errol. I got to give a slight edge to Errol, man, because I think that Errol is going to probably make the least amount of mistakes, and take the least risk. You know, I think Errol is just going to stick to the game plan. He's not going to take unnecessary risk. You know, like he showed me something in that Mikey fight, even though that you know, I didn't care too much about that fight because that was a mismatch from jump. But he still showed me something that, like, you might think that he gonna go in there and try to just bulldoze through somebody, but he can actually he don't have to do that. So he showed that he don't have to fucking just you know, bully you. He don't have to just walk through you. He can outbox you. And I think that's the right game plan. You're gonna have to outbox Sean, you know. Keith almost lost, you know, by just not staying, you know, because Keith was taking too many risks in there. He got hit a little too much, and you don't want to get in, you know, don't get pulled into no dog fight with Sean. You know, don't get pulled into a ugly, dirty, you know, street fight with Sean. Like that's gonna benefit Sean. You know, I think that Sean will be bigger. He'll be the stronger of the two, and so that's why I feel like Errol is gonna be. He's gonna be trying to make it an outside fight. Sean is gonna try to make it an inside fight. So we're gonna see an outside fighter versus an inside fighter. You know, we're gonna see if Sean is gonna be able to disrupt the timing of Errol effectively and make him very uncomfortable and rough his ass up and just beat him up. We're gonna see if he can do that, or we're gonna see if Errol can Matador Sean. You know, every time he come in with that wild shit, pop, fire that straight left. You know what I mean? So, you know, and fire the straight left upstairs and downstairs. I think that's gonna be his best punch in that fight. The straight left upstairs or the straight left to the body. Really the straight left to the body. I think he should go throw more body shots in the earlier rounds than he ever have. I'm not talking about the hooks. Like, don't get in the inside fight with Sean. I don't think that's good for Errol in this fight. You know, that's probably what Sean would want him to do, is try to make it an inside fight. You know, Sean he's skilled. He's experienced enough to where on the inside he's gonna have the advantages. He's gonna have the advantages on the inside. I think I think Errol will do better on the outside, fighting on the outside, and tie the nigga up. If he get past your jab or you fire a shot and you miss, and he's able to get underneath it, nigga, tie the nigga up. Let the ref break you, tie him or turn him, and you know, if you're in the corner, tie him up, turn him, and get back in the middle of the ring. And control him with the jab. Or keep him in the corner. You know what I'm saying? But be smart. So that's really all I got, man. And like I said, I'll stand on that. If Errol beats Sean Porter, you know, I'll give him that crown. He's #1 welterweight. You know, and that's gonna force Keith to have to see him. You know, we're gonna really see if Keith can really if Keith can outbox Spence, you know. But I'm not, like I say, I'm not sleeping on Sean. I'm giving a slight edge to Errol, though. I am in this fight. I'm giving a slight edge to Errol because I think Errol is a better boxer, you know. But who knows, man? I just want to see the fight happen. That's why I'm promoting it. That's why I'm applying pressure both sides. That's why I've been applying pressure on Spence. This ain't about no damn hate, you know. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't about me liking none of these niggas. I don't give a fuck about that like shit, nigga. Like, I'll let you fanboys do that shit. Fall in love with these niggas and defend them for dumb shit. That's stupid. You know, I love the sport of boxing, though. I love everything that goes into it, the skill set, the training camps, everything about the sport. You know, I don't too much care about staying focused on just bigging up one fighter over another fighter. Like, niggas, that's stupid, bro. Whatever, I'll let y'all do that. It's enough of y'all doing that. You know what I mean? So this ain't about no hate on Errol Spence. I'm gonna apply pressure because I want to see how great this nigga is. I want to see him prove it. This will prove it to me. You can beat Sean Porter. You will pretty much, in my record, on my book, you will be the #1 welterweight. Beat Sean, you'll be unified WBC and IBF champion, welterweight champion of the world. And then guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna flame Keith Thurman, put all the heat on this nigga to get in there with you. You know, by that time, if you beat Sean, you should have all the confidence in the world. Ponytail should be no problem. You should be able to just, you know, you show that, hey, you beat a common opponent that Keith beat, but Keith has been less active. He seems like he's less hungry. You hungry. You at the top of your game. You unified. You've been on pay-per-view. You know, maybe you and Keith on pay-per-view for the PBC welterweight supremacy. And it's like, finally, let's get it. We got one face, one name on the PBC welterweight side. And the only thing left to do is an ultimate unification for undisputed lineal welterweight champion of the world. Because truth be told, Terrence Bud Crawford is the WBO lineal welterweight champion of the world. So just a quick reminder. So that's another status that Errol can pick up if he's able to deal with Sean Porter and Keith. Then ain't no more videos. And nothing we can say else about you, Errol. So just prove it. Don't duck Sean. # no excuses. That's really all I got, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all leave a comment below on the Black Horseman. Peace.